To truly live in alignment with the purpose of life, one must fully embrace it, without settling for anything less. If you don't fully grasp this, it may be challenging to understand why. Our minds operate and reveal things based on our interests. Without interest, desire, or thoughts, there is only reality. Everything in this world reflects this ever-changing nature. Our minds, others' minds, and our relationships are all in a state of flux. Yet, we often invest heavily in relationships, wealth, and possessions, things that are equally transient. Through wisdom and grace, we may come to understand that the purpose of life is to realize the truth. This understanding is the first step. From there, we explore various paths, techniques, and practices. Some believe that a guru will eventually find them and guide them out of their troubles, while they continue to engage in distractions and mind games. This is not surrender, but rather laziness, as it allows the mind to perpetuate its own story and emotions. Outside the mind story lies a state of liberation and bliss. Yet, most of us are entrenched in the belief that we are bound by relationships, jobs, bodies, and diseases. To break free from these illusions and realize the truth is indeed a challenging task. It requires immense grace and Herculean efforts. The primary focus should be on understanding that whatever happens with this body and in this world is insignificant. If it is ultimately untrue, the truth must be sought at all costs. If our hearts are truly set on this, realization can come swiftly. Time taken to realize the truth often depends on our myriad interests and the levels of our consciousness. Our reactions to people, situations, and our own minds reveal how we are bound by these thoughts. To break free, intense, continuous effort is needed. Alongside faith in the energy that guides us, devotion and surrender must work together with persistent effort. Observing animals, birds, and plants, we see they operate on auto mode, guided by a power beyond their control. They travel vast distances and perform incredible feats without any knowledge of GPS or navigation. This divine power takes care of everything. Humans, however, are given intellect and the illusion of free will. This can either elevate us or lead us to a lower state of egoism. The choice is powerful but dangerous. It can either make us more divine or degrade us. If we relinquish this choice and remain in a state of choiceless awareness, we merge with the pure Brahman, remaining unmoved by the fluctuations of the mind. The mind will eventually stop its chatter when it realizes it is no longer being listened to. The ego is the only part that listens to the mind, not the true self, which is beyond all afflictions. We must accept things as they are and continue our contemplation. Praise and criticism are both part of the ego's game. Everything in the world is for our benefit. Nothing is against us. Even if others gossip or deceive, it is all part of God's plan to help us grow. If we maintain this attitude, we will remain in a state of bliss. Just as people question the existence of God and criticize Him, God does not interfere to correct them. Similarly, we should remain steadfast in our own inner truth. unaffected by external opinions or events. Practice staying grounded in your own self, undeterred by the ego's whims. Living in the truth is the simplest task if we stop listening to the mind. The challenge is finding a guide or a teaching that resonates with you. Bhagawan, for instance, lived a life of simplicity and did not seek to impress or attract followers. His focus was solely on living the truth, without regard to numbers or external validation. Realization comes when grace and devotion align, and when we remain open and dedicated to the truth. No one can predict who will attain enlightenment, as it depends on divine grace and individual readiness. The essence of spirituality is not in acquiring material things, but in realizing our true nature and embracing silence and awareness. This silence is not a void, but a vibrant, divine presence that transcends thoughts and emotions. It is pure energy that operates without intention, doing everything effortlessly. By aligning with this silence, we tap into the ultimate truth and liberation. The mind's structures dissolve within the light of this awareness, and all notions of ego and attachment fade away. Recognize and embrace this divine silence, and let it guide you to the ultimate freedom. In conclusion, devote your life to understanding and experiencing this truth. Disregard the distractions of the mind and focus on the pure, silent awareness that is always present. As you practice this, you will find that the mind's disturbances diminish and your true nature reveals itself. Embrace this journey with determination and openness, and let the silence of your being